Okay, so here's part 3 of my Beatles card collection. So, the first one we have is the Please Please Me, the cover of Please Please Me. The second one we have is the cover of their album Rubber Soul. This one is just of John Lennon at their house from the movie Help. This is a picture of John Lennon and Paul McCartney from Help. This is just a picture of John Lennon and Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr. Here's another picture of them from their movie Help. And then in this picture, I'm not sure what's going on here. This is Paul McCartney playing his bass in Help. This is George Harrison in a red car. This is just Paul McCartney performing. And then this is just George Harrison and Paul McCartney singing. Here's Ringo Starr giving a thumbs up to the camera. This is all the Beatles in tuxedos. This is just, I think they're playing at the baseball stadium. This is the Beatles, and I think they're performing their song I'm Down in this picture. Sorry. And then this is just them posing. This is the Beatles when they received, like, medals. This is John Lennon playing. This is just a picture of George Harrison in this photo. This is just all the Beatles rehearsing at a concert. And then in this picture, this is just them getting ready for a rehearsal. This is a picture of their album Revolver. This is a picture of them posing while getting off the plane. This is a picture of John Lennon and George Harrison singing. This is the Beatles in their recording studio. This is just a picture of John Lennon. I'm not sure what this is right here. This is a picture of them holding up signs for their song All You Need Is Love. This is them practicing for like a performance or something. This is them at one of their gigs. In this card they're performing a song. This is just John Lennon wearing a hat. This is the Beatles in the recording studio. This is just them posing. This is Ringo Starr and Paul McCartney out of the car. Here's another picture of them performing. And then I think they're recording in the recording studio. Ringo Starr having dinner. John Lennon in a hat. I think this is supposed to resemble their Magical Mystery Tour. This is just Ringo Starr. Here's a picture of their album Magical Mystery Tour. This is just Ringo Starr and John Lennon. This is Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr, and John Lennon. This is George Harrison in sunglasses. And then this is the Beatles just posing. This is them performing for a gig. I think this is supposed to be from their album Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Heart Club Band. Here's the Beatles when they're a little bit older. There's John Lennon and Paul McCartney. Ringo Starr. This is the Beatles performing. This is them in hats. This is the Beatles performing again. This is them performing for a gig. There's Paul McCartney, and I have no idea who else. This is another picture of the Beatles. Here's another picture of them. I think they're practicing for a gig in this one. And then you have their album Yellow Submarine. I have no idea where they are in this picture. This is their album Beatles for Sale. Here's George Harrison, I think wearing a police hat and looking like he's in a raincoat, I think. This is their album Hard Day's Night. This is a bunch of girls wearing Beatles stuff. This is the Beatles. Beatles outside somewhere. This is the Beatles. This is all the Beatles getting off the plane. There's John Lennon when he was younger. This is the Beatles relaxing with their manager, Brian Epstein. This is the Beatles performing a song. This is John Lennon jumping from somewhere. This is all the Beatles posing. This is the Beatles getting ready for a gig. There is John Lennon and George Harrison. This is John Lennon, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr. There's Paul McCartney. And then there's just John Lennon and George Harrison. Okay, so those were all of my Beatles cards. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video soon. Bye. I'm sorry this was so long, but thanks again for watching. Bye.